Hello and welcome to From Stuck to Strong. My name's James and welcome to another pajama yoga session today. Feeling a little tight in the mornings? Today we're going to activate your entire body, your hips, your core, your spine, your shoulders, so you feel strong and ready for the day ahead. No fancy names, just results. As usual, there will be 5 resets, all for a minute each, and we'll be starting off with a hip hinge, moving between downward dog and upward dog to bring strength into the shoulders and to activate the entire spine. Moving on to deep lunge rotations to bring mobility into the hips and a full rotation into the spine, followed by squat rotations, working deeply again into the hips and the spine, then floating Dandasana into crab pose, which really helps to activate the glutes and the shoulders and opens up at the chest, which is great for desk workers. And then we'll be finishing off with some activating breath work for your nervous system to get you ready for the day ahead. So get into something comfortable, maybe stay in your pajamas like me, and let's get started. Reset number 1, hip and shoulder activation for the first minute. Come into position, hands under shoulders, toes tucked. Lift the hips and curl the tailbone towards the ceiling. Reach your heels down towards the mat, but don't worry too much about having straight legs. If you're in a yoga class, you may hear this named as downward dog. And then as you inhale, hinge forward at the shoulders, let the hips sink, knees stay lifted, and lift the chest. Shoulders are down and away from your ears. Find a nice stretch into the front of the body. And then exhale, press yourself back into the first position. So finding a position for the feet that they stay in one place on the mat throughout this reset. Moving with the breath, opening the chest, stretching the hamstrings, and activating and strengthening the shoulders. Your first minute starts now. Moving slowly with intention and with the breath between these two postures. Moving mindfully with the breath. If you need a break, just lower yourself down, and then when you're ready, come back into the movement. Okay, that's your minute for the first reset. Lower the knees, take a breath here. And moving on to reset number 2, deep lunge rotations. So coming to the plank position, hands underneath the shoulders. Step your left foot forward to meet your left hand and come into a low lunge. And on the next exhalation, lower the left elbow down towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch the mat, but as low as you can go without bending into the right elbow. Now on the next inhale, open the chest and twist. Reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, lower the left hand down onto the mat and step the foot back. Switching sides, as you inhale, step the right foot forwards. Lower the right elbow down to the mat on the exhale. Inhale, open up, raise the right hand up towards the ceiling, find that twist. And then exhale, lower the right hand down to the mat and step back. Alternating slowly like this, moving mindfully. Your minute starts now. moving with the breath. If you need a break, just lower yourself down and come back when you're ready. Okay, that's your minute here. Lower the knees, take a few breaths. And then we're going to come into reset number 3, squat twists. So come into a deep squat, knees nice and wide, and allow the spine to release and hang. Lower your left hand to the mat. Open the knee with the elbow and raise your right fingertips towards the ceiling and twist as you inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the right hand down to the mat, place the elbow inside the knee, and then inhale, raise the left hand towards the ceiling. So switching sides with each breath, a minute here. Opening the hips and the spine. And that's your minute for this reset. Sit back out of the squat and take a few breaths. Relax here. And then we're going to move on to reset number 4, floating Dandasana into crab activation. So stretch out your legs, hands next to the hips, and then press from the shoulders into the mat, lifting your hips slightly off the floor so that the only points of contact on the mat are the backs of your heels and your hands. Engage the belly. On the next inhale, bend the knees and shift forward, tilting the body to face the ceiling into crab position. Lift the chest and squeeze the glutes. Feel that stretch across the front of the chest. And as you exhale, slowly send the hips back to the floating Dandasana posture. Repeating this slowly, your minute starts now. So you're activating the core, the shoulders, the glutes, keeping these movements controlled and mindful. If you need a break, slowly lower yourself down, take a breath, and then come back into the movement when you're ready. And that's your minute. Lower yourself down, take a few breaths and relax. Into the final reset for this morning, some activating breath work. So come to a cross-legged posture, hands on knees, shoulders relaxed, and if comfortable, closing off the eyes. So we're going to do some dynamic breath work. Inhaling through the nose twice, the first breath directed into the belly and then up into the chest, and then exhaling with a relaxing sigh through the mouth as you completely let go of each breath. So it will look and sound something like this. So we're going to keep a steady rhythm for the final minute. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, return to your natural breathing. After a minute, we're going to fully inhale and hold for a few seconds before fully exhaling everything for a final breath hold, but I'll guide you through. Start by emptying the lungs. Your minute of breath work starts now. So keeping your awareness on the breath, the sensations in the body. If you ever feel dizzy or lightheaded, just return to your natural breath. Coming up to your final conscious breath. On the next inhale, completely fill the lungs and hold at the top. Squeeze the belly, press your chin down onto the chest and feel the pressure rise. And then exhale everything as you sigh through the mouth. And hold the breath at the bottom. Relax everything. Focus on the body. Here for a few more seconds. And let go of the hold. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to your natural rhythm of breath. Noticing how you feel. Notice the body and the mind. You've woken up, activated and grounded yourself for the day. And that's your morning activation reset. Take this energy into your day. Move with awareness. Carry the calm strength you've just built. Remember, foundation first and then strength follows. So stay consistent, stay present, and keep building from stuck to strong. I'll see you in the next session. Please do like and subscribe.